Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ali, and this is Star.Spirit. For all those that have been following, I want to say thank you and how much I appreciate and have gratitude for you taking time out of your day to come and watch this reading to connect with the messages that the Divine Spirit has for us today. So I have already put an intention forth out onto this reading for today. Okay, so let's jump right in and see what Spirit has for us. As you know, we have recently entered the Virgo season, and Virgo is all about bringing things into balance, seeing a lot of fruit from our previous seeds that we planted in the Leo season as well as the Cancer season. Okay, and it's all about bringing 5D goals, into the 3D. So Virgo is an earth sign, so very grounded. Okay, very grounded in material things. So this is, like I said, where you'll see a lot of those goals and plans that you had started putting into action, you'll now see the rewards of those plans. So as the overall energy, we do have full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. That's actually quite interesting because we pulled this card for the previous reading as well for daily messages. So we'll see what Spirit has to say about that. And also too, immediately I'm noticing just the arrow, if you can see that there, the arrow that's on the picture here. Oftentimes we can feel, even though we are making progress, progress itself and success in itself isn't always a linear process. So we might think of success as being steps. You start at step 1, then you move up to step 2, step 3 until you reach your goal. But oftentimes success and moving forward in and of itself is more of a squiggly line, more of a scribble, right? So some days you might feel like you're not making any progress. Other days you may feel like you're making great progress. And this arrow is a great representation of moving forward successfully. Because when we pull back the string, we put that tension into our lives, into the situation, and it might seem like we're taking 10 steps back, but then we're immediately shot forward. So definitely Spirit has a very strong message today. Look at the bigger picture. Don't give up on your overall goal, whether that's love, whether that's career. We will get some more details on that from Spirit. But don't give up on whatever it is that you're working towards and that you're finding important for you right now. Because even though it seems like some days you might not be making progress, in the overall scenario, you are. Okay? All right, knock, knock, Spirit. That was so fast. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for us today? Okay. All right, we have 3 cards. Okay, we have the King of Wands, or King of Swords, pardon me. Air sign Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, if that resonates with any of you. Again, if there is anything that does resonate in this reading, you can take it for your situation. If it doesn't resonate, please don't make it fit. As this is a general collective reading, that message may actually be for someone else from Spirit, okay? Next we have the King of Swords, or Knight of Swords. Pardon me, I'm getting all my words mixed up today. Okay. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. Actually quite interesting. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, Knight of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. So King of Swords is often someone that's quite stoic, quite cold, and quite calculating. So they're full of creative ideas, but they don't often share them. So they come off quite cold in terms of communicating with others, or I guess interpersonal connection. They're not as warm of an energy. Again, that could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So if you are any of those signs, this next message could be for you. Or if you're interacting with anyone, maybe your opposite person here is one of those signs. So this message could be for you. Then we have the Knight of Swords. It's actually quite interesting. Another sword, so a lot of thoughts and in the mind kind of pattern that we're seeing here for today's reading. And the Knight of Swords is the fastest of the 4 swords in the tarot deck, okay? Can be quite impulsive. So it's interesting. It's like a kind of like a progression or succession here. So the King of Swords is all about thoughts. Knight of Swords is all about going after how to make those thoughts a reality. And the 5 of Pentacles, okay, as you can see, the character on this particular card here. Very sad. Oftentimes it does mean that you might be in your head about your finances, which does connect back to the reading that I did yesterday, okay, for yesterday. And oftentimes it's all about perspective. So in yesterday's reading, we did get the Hanged Man, okay, or I believe we got the Hanged Man. I'll have to double check that, but the reading was all about changing your perspective on something, because even though it looks like this character here is sad and burdened and locked in a room, the key, the solution to whatever problem is being presented, the obstacle, is actually closer than you think. So if you are in your head when it comes to finances, there may be, I'm getting a strong message from Spirit that you're overthinking this and not to. Okay, you're overthinking a problem and making it bigger than it actually is, when you actually have either the skills or the solutions or the relationships and advice and support there to be able to work through this problem and find something that works for you. Okay, can we get some final advice, Spirit? Final advice. So you guys, and I know that in terms of inflation that's going on all over the world, generally living expenses are going up in many areas. So this could be something, this could definitely be something that you might be thinking about. So if that's the case at home, where you're worried if your finances are going to be able to cover your needs and some of your wants here, Spirit is saying, you know, you do have the skills. You definitely have the skills to work through the problem at hand. Do not give up. Okay, you're much stronger, much stronger and more able than you might realize. Okay, so we have a few here. Okay, we have another major arcana, the High Priestess. So oftentimes this is all about intuition. Okay, I'm going to take the top 3 cards here because quite a few came out. The High Priestess, the 2 of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay, and then we do have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is more about celebration and breakthroughs. Okay, so I'm going to keep that there. So on top of this major deep thinking from the King of Swords, we have the High Priestess. So Spirit is urging you that instead of perhaps looking at something or approaching something from a very logical perspective, that it may be better to go with how you feel. And oftentimes our body and our inner child is able to guide us. So if we think about a certain topic, a certain person, in this case it would be finances. So when we're thinking about finances, we might be thinking about investing, we may be thinking about a change of career or asking for a promotion or things like that, or even taking on a side hustle, an extra job to help support the family and support yourself. The High Priestess is all about intuition. So you'll know in your body if something is right for you. And we call it, in the metaphysical world, we call it expansion. Okay, so if you're thinking about a certain topic and you feel happy and you feel like your chest is expanding versus curling inward, that's usually a good sign that it's something that you should either look into or try. And next, on top of the Knight of Swords, so very impulsive, very fast thinking, we have 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands, is all about making a decision. So should I go left? Should I go right? Is it a yes or it is a no? Or is it a no? Pardon me. And it does connect to the High Priestess. Okay, so use your intuition to make a decision and go for it. Okay. And next we have another major arcana, so quite a few in this reading actually. We have the Hermit. Okay, and the Hermit is all about taking time out of your day-to-day routine and sitting with yourself to figure out and reflect on life. Okay, so again, if you've been worried about your finances lately, Spirit is saying to follow your intuition and take some time out to think about what it is you want, okay, and what it is that makes you happy. And even to rest your mind from all of these thoughts. Okay, rest your mind from this overburden, this overthinking of thoughts, because when you take solitude, and you reflect on what it is you want and the different ways to get there, that's oftentimes where our usually a quieter voice will speak to us through our intuition and slowly guide us out of these Five of Pentacles. Okay, and on to the Knight of Wands, which is a celebration, a breakthrough. Okay, so let's just wrap up here. So what is the final advice, Spirit, that you have for our collective that is currently worried about finances and is looking for a solution? What is the advice? Again, you guys remember to look at the bigger picture, okay? You may have some down days in your journey or days that you don't feel up to the task, and that's okay. Spirit is saying it's okay to rest. It's okay to take a moment, because sometimes when we're so in auto mode, we don't realize what's working for us versus what's not working for us. And we end up accidentally putting in energy in areas that aren't as rewarding, either reaching us closer to our goal or even making us happy, okay? Spirit, what do you have as the final advice for the collective regarding this abundance reading here? Oh, that was a flyer. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Oh, fantastic. We have new moon, a new start is coming. So definitely a confirmation message for the collective not to give up. Okay, so keep going in terms of reaching your goal here. But remember to have some balance. Take time between your actions and having space and peace and rest for yourself. Because what I'm getting as a really big message right now is that rest is not weakness. Rest is one step closer to success. Okay, so remember, we have to have a balance there so we don't burn out and that we can enjoy life, right? So it looks like in terms of this money situation, with the overthinking and everything, it is going to come to a close, okay? Just take some time, as I've said, and Spirit has confirmed, take some time to yourself to rest and figure out what you can do and look at the overall picture, okay? Having an off day doesn't mean that you're fully off track with reaching your goals. And when you do that, when you bring that balance into the situation, you are going to have success. Okay, so Spirit is saying not to give up. Definitely, definitely. Again, thank you all for joining me here today for the daily message on Star.Spirit. My name is Allie. If you do resonate with this video, I'd love to hear your comments below. Also, feel free to like and subscribe to the video. The more messages or the more readings, that reach the collective means that there are more messages that Spirit's able to gift you every day, okay? And like I said before, this is part of the daily readings that I'm going to be doing. I've done a few this week, and you can expect one tomorrow as well. So definitely keep in touch, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell for notification of all my new and upcoming readings. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Bless you.